What's up, people? It's your girl, Joyce. I'm back with another story for y'all. I was actually supposed to have uploaded it yesterday, but I got busy. So, anyway, I got y'all today. So, as the title suggests, this story is about the time that this old white dude tried to offer to pay me for some. So, let's just get into it. Okay, so I was working part-time while I also went to college. So I would go to my classes in the daytime and I would work at the job in the evenings and on just, days that I didn't have class. Now, I live in a small town, so actually it's like one of these small kind of conservative, real Trump supporter-ish, make America great again type of people, we're definitely outnumbered in this town. But anyway, everybody knew everybody. This particular man that I'm talking about, I knew him because we actually grew up on the same street as this man. Like, he lived just a couple of houses down from me. So I used to actually walk past his house all the time as a kid, going back and forth to the corner store to buy, snacks and stuff. So he was not a stranger. So anyway, the job that I worked at was at in a deli at the local grocery store. So everybody and their mama used to come, because I think we only had like one grocery store in town, and that was it. So everybody always used to come to the grocery store and to get food out the deli, because we served like hot food and stuff like that. We had like a bar. So people would come in there and all the time to, get food, get lunch, whatever. A lot of the older men that were like more retired or just didn't really have a whole lot to do would come in there, and they would kind of get cups of coffee and go sit over there in the little booths and just sit and talk. I mean, they didn't have anything else to do with their time. This was, of course, pre-COVID, when, we weren't wearing masks and all this kind of stuff. Life was normal. So, like I said, the same people used to come in there all the time. You get accustomed to people, like, how you doing, baby, honey, darling? Like, that's Southern talk. So you definitely don't get offended to that. And I didn't, a lot of the men would come in and they would make their little comments. You just laugh it off. It was like just nice conversation until this one man tried me. So anyway, this one older white guy, he was in line ahead of creepy old pervert dude that I'm gonna call him. So the first dude in line, he used to always talk to me about school. He knew that I was going to college, and he used to always, ask me stuff like how's school going, how your class is going, that kind of stuff. And we'd always just have a nice little conversation. So that day he had, said those same things. He was getting ready to go. So he was like, well, keep it up, keep your head in the books, keep up the good work. And I'll see you, I think he said, like, maybe tomorrow when I come in here to get something else to eat. Okay, boom. So creepy white dude was in line behind him. So he steps up to the counter, and I'm thinking that he just, getting ready to pay for the cup of coffee that he had. So he put his little coffee on the counter. He took his little wallet out. I run the coffee up. It was only like $2 or so, probably less than that, but that's all he would have needed was $2. So he digging all through his wallet, like taking a long, time. And I'm just like, today, I have other stuff to do. So then all of a sudden he starts like, come here, come a little closer. And I'm like, what is going on? So he's like, come here. So here I go leaning up like, what the hell am I leaning up to? So then he said, didn't I hear you just tell that other fella that you're in college? And I was like, yes, sir. I'm saying yes, sir, because I was raised to respect my elders and say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. So I'm like, yes, sir. So he's like, okay, well, so he starts taking more money out of his wallet, way more than was needed. So he lays these like $20 bills down on the counter, spread them out. And I'm just looking like, what is he doing? So then he's all, come So, this right here could be yours. If I'm sitting up here like, if what? Like, I know damn well. And I actually started to say, I don't know what you, because I said something loud because he shushed me. He was like, no, shh, like, just between me and you. Just between me and you. And I'm like, I don't like where you trying to go with this conversation. Like, so he's like, we're all adults here, or we're both adults here, and so we don't need to beat around the bush. You're going to college. I'm sure this money could come in handy with you, books and food and paying, for gas and all of that. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I work. That's why I have a job, so I can do those things. So he's like, well, I'm just saying, this could be a little extra. I'm sure all college students can always use a little extra money, if you just let me, I was hella offended.
Someone please call 911.
And all I saw was like Roots. Y'all know the slave movie Roots. And all he looked like to me was like one of them old creepy old slave masters that felt like, oh, I'm about to just go on down here to the plantation, see which one of these little pickaninnies, these little darkies I want to go have my way with. And it was like, boom, that was me for today. I was just like so offended. Like, no, he did not come at me like this. I didn't know how mad I was until I looked down at my hands, and my hands was like this, like I was shaking, like that's how mad I was. And he's still sitting up there giving me this come on with it, type look, like he just knowing I was gonna go for it. And I couldn't really say anything because, remind you, this is my job. So they're on some customers always right, type of mess. So if I would have said anything or cussed him out like I wanted to or whatever, I could have lost my job. So what I really felt like doing was dashing that cup of coffee in his face, and I was like 2 seconds from doing it. I'm the type of person, like, I see something happening in my mind, like people be like, don't say nothing, don't say nothing, don't say nothing, boom, they say something. Like, in my mind, I had done picked that cup of coffee, hot ass steaming coffee, like you could see the steam coming out. I had done picked that cup of coffee up and dashed it dead in his face. And I was like, if I don't walk away from him right now, that's exactly what's gonna happen. So I just turned around and walked off. I went straight to my manager. She was a white woman, but she was real cool. I went straight to her and told her what happened. And I said, I refuse to help him or to wait on him anymore after today because I did not appreciate how he came at me. And luckily, she understood, so she went and finished checking him out. And then every day after that he would come in and I would look up and I would see him, I would hurry up and duck off to the back somewhere, like until he left. Like, I purposely was avoiding him. So then it was like, he caught on and he knew that I was avoiding him because he started coming up in there and like purposely asking for me or yelling out my name, like, where's Joyce at? No, that's who I want to help me. Go get Joyce. Like, that's who I want, because it's like if he's getting loud and everybody can hear, like, it's like I can't just very well act like I'm ignoring him. Like, I have to acknowledge him in some way because he calling my name, he calling me out. So it was like he would have this smirk on his face, like he knew that he had offended me and he knew that I did not want to check him out or wait on him. But what can I do? Because it's my job, and my boss is not always around to come run up to the register, when he comes. So it's like some days I didn't have a choice but to go ahead and just go wait on him anyway. And he would always be giving me like these real creepy, weird smirks, like, you can't say nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because if I say something or punch him dead in his damn mouth or knock them dentures out his mouth, then I'm gonna get fucking fired. So it was just like, the more I tried to ignore him, the more he kept on coming at me. Eventually, he just stopped coming in there, thank God. Or maybe I quit. I don't know. But anyway, eventually, I didn't have to look at his ass no more. But yeah, like I said, I have never in my life just been so offended. And it's like, I'm not even opposed to dating outside my race. I'm not even opposed to a sugar daddy. These days, hey, I'm about ready to hit up one of these sugar daddies, but he was not it. Like, nothing about him was remotely attractive. Like, he had all these dark, like, liver spots and stuff all over his arms, all over his skin. Like, he was just like, disgusting. Like, if he would have been even just a little bit cute, I might would have been like, you offering up $100 each time? Like, do I gotta do anything? I might, let you, flash you for $100. I would have thought about it, but he was like, There was nothing to even think about. Like, if you don't get your old perverted. But the way he did it, it was almost like he has done this before, and somebody must have obviously, went for it. So he kind of had that notion of all black girls, because, he felt like really privileged and entitled. Like, you could tell he was way too comfortable doing that. But this black girl was not going. I was not, that was not a compliment. It was really offensive. And yeah, so that's my story of the time that this creepy old white guy thought he was about to get his little grubby, little nasty hands, on me for $100. Like, no. Who does that? Well, people do it, but he came at me all wrong. But anyway, that's my story. I ain't gonna keep y'all long today. I just thought about that one and decided to share it. But I will definitely be back with more stories. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can catch them. You don't want to miss them. And I will hit you guys up or talk to you next time. In the meantime, y'all be safe. Peace.